Welcome to the Reap and Rise podcast. I'm Dr. Catherine Muyeba, and this season we are exploring how different areas of life impact our mental well-being. And today it's all about relational health, a key yet overlooked pillar of mental well-being, especially for high-achieving women. You might be excelling in your career, checking off goal after goal, but if your relationships are strained or neglected, it can take a toll on your mental and physical health. So before we unpack why relationships matter, the science behind connection, and practical ways to strengthen relational health without sacrificing ambition, welcome to February, the month of love. It's the time of year when hearts, flowers, romance take center stage. But beyond the chocolates and the candlelit dinners, what does it really mean to cultivate a healthy, lasting, intimate relationship? So whether you're single, dating, married, or somewhere in between, relational health plays a crucial role in overall well-being. One of the profound ways we experience love is through words. Hearing someone say, "I love you," can be deeply reassuring. It nourishes our souls and strengthens our sense of well-being. But love isn't just about words, it's about how we express and receive it. I remember a story my old pastor used to share in Zambia about a husband whose wife constantly told him, "You never say you love me, Patson." "Julie, I told you I loved you when we got married 10 years ago. If I change my mind, I'll let you know." What? And while it's a funny story, it highlights something important. We all have different love languages. Some people feel loved through words of affirmation, others through acts of service, quality time, gifts, or physical touch, and like me, all of the above. So this month, as we explore relational health, it is important to reflect on what it takes to truly connect with those we love, understand their love languages, and build relationships that are not just surviving, but thriving. Because love isn't just about what we feel, it's about what it takes to nurture those lasting relationships. So, back to the episode. What is relational health? Well, relational health refers to the quality of our emotional connections with others. It's not just about having relationships, but about how those relationships impact our stress levels, emotions, and overall well being. Research shows that emotional connection is a biological necessity, not just a social preference. For instance, studies on mother-infant bonding reveal that emotional co-regulation, like eye contact, soothing touch, and verbal connection, shapes brain development and builds resilience to stress. But here's what's fascinating. These benefits don't stop in childhood. The same biological mechanisms apply to adult relationships. And when we experience healthy emotional bonds, whether with a partner, a friend, a mentor, or community, our stress response is regulated and our risk of anxiety and depression and burnout decrease significantly. So let's explore the science of connection further. How do relationships impact mental health? Please note that I've added the references to the show notes so you can read in your own time. When we are emotionally connected to someone, our autonomic nervous system, the system that regulates our stress levels, responds positively. Studies show that strong bonds can do the following. One, lower cortisol, that stress hormone that we keep hearing about a lot these days. Number 2, improve the heart rate variability. And what do I mean by heart rate variability? It is that changing time gap between heartbeats. It reflects how well our bodies respond to different situations, a key marker for stress resilience. And number 3, it boosts dopamine and oxytocin levels, the good chemicals that enhance our well-being. Another major study published in Social Relationships and Health Journal found that strong ties significantly lower rates of depression and anxiety, while isolation increases these risks. And even more striking, a Harvard study spanning over 8 years concluded that the quality of our relationship is the strongest predictor of long-term happiness and health, even more than career success or wealth. Let me just say that again. The quality of our relationships is the strongest predictor of long-term happiness and health, even more than career success or wealth. So relational health isn't just a nice to have thing. It's essential for both mental and physical well-being. And before we conclude, let me tell you about Lisa. Lisa is a 39 years old lawyer and mother of one. Lisa was thriving professionally, respected at work, financially stable, always on the go. But behind the scenes, she was exhausted and felt disconnected from the people who really mattered most. Her long work hours left her little time for friends, family, or even meaningful conversations with her husband. Over time, the loneliness crept in. She felt irritable, overwhelmed, and mentally drained. At first, she chalked it up to stress, but eventually she realized that her lack of connection was making her feel burned out and empty. Lisa heard about the RIP framework from a colleague and decided to apply it to her life to rebuild the relational health. She reflected. She acknowledged that while her career was thriving, her relationships were struggling and it was affecting her well-being. She then envisioned, she pictured what meaningful connections looked like, the regular check-ins with her loved ones, quality time with her husband, and reconnecting with old friends. And then she analyzed, she identified what was missing and decided to make small but impactful changes, such as setting boundaries with work and scheduling connection time. And then she planned, she committed to a weekly coffee chat with a friend, intentional conversations with her husband, and at least one unplugged family dinner per week. And at first, Lisa wondered, who was she kidding? It was like she was wasting time. But with perseverance and consistency over a few months, Lisa noticed a shift. Her mood started to improve, she felt more supported, and her stress levels dropped. Lisa realized that her success isn't just about professional achievements, it's also about having people to celebrate those wins with. So then why do high achieving women struggle with relational health? Many high achieving women struggle to maintain those strong relationships because we're conditioned to prioritize productivity over connection. We tell ourselves, I'll make time with the friends later. My family understands that I'm busy. And I like this one. I don't have the energy to socialize after work. And I know my children would add to that list. But here's the reality, and you might want to write this down. Neglecting relationships can lead to burnout, loneliness, and even physical health issues. That same biological system that regulates stress through connection also dysregulates when we experience chronic disconnection. And the good news, Yes, some good news. Building relational health doesn't require huge time commitments. Those small intentional moments of connection can have profound effect on mental well-being. So what are some of the practical strategies to strengthen relational health? Well, here are three simple evidence-based ways to improve the relational health without adding any more stress to your schedule. Number one, schedule connection time. Treat relationships like you do those important work meetings. A 15-minute coffee chat, a phone call, or even sending a heartfelt text can nurture emotional bonds. I post tips about Meetup Mondays so that I know that every Monday I'm aiming to do that connection. And number two, practice active listening. When talking to someone, give them your full and divided attention, no multitasking, no distractions, and put the phone down. Deep listening strengthens emotional connections and makes people feel truly valued. And number three, engage in micro moments of connection. Science shows that small acts like genuine smile, eye contact, expressing appreciation, or even a brief hug trigger oxytocin, the bonding hormone which fosters emotional co-regulation. And in closing, relational health isn't just about other people, it's about you. Prioritizing meaningful connections strengthens your mental and emotional resilience. And as high achievers, we often focus on external success, but true well-being comes from balancing ambition with meaningful relationships. And after all, success is more fulfilling when we have people to share it with. If today's episode resonates with you, visit www.kathleenmuyeba.com for more resources, including the Reap and Rise Journal to help you reflect, envision, analyze, and plan your way to a more connected and vibrant life. There is also an opportunity to speak with me on a free consultation call to help you start exploring where you're at and where you would rather be instead. And don't forget to subscribe, share this podcast with a friend, and join me next week as we continue unpacking the keys to a more vibrant and fruitful life. And until then, reflect, envision, analyze, and plan your way to a stronger, healthier relationships. Enjoy the love month. Your well-being matters.